Hello everyone, thanks for pressing play. You are watching a brand new episode of Talking Comics, ExcaliburCCGTV, where every week we get you ready for Wednesday. Thanks for pressing play. I am Chris, this is my co-host Randy. We are Excalibur Comics, Cards, and Games here in Shreveport, Louisiana, as well as in Texarkana, Texas. You can always find out what's going on with us at our website, ExcaliburCCG.com. Guys, thank you for being a subscriber. We really appreciate it. We've had a recent uptick in subscribers and listeners, and I'm going to address that in a moment. Guys, do not forget, we are just a few weeks away now from GeekCon 2015, the first one ever, August 21st to 23rd. Randy, what about that?
It's going to be big. Tons of new guests new to the area that we've not had before.
Yeah.
And it's something where if you only have the day, you can choose. Maybe it's Sunday, maybe it's Saturday. Why do I say those days and not Friday? Because Friday's your vendor day. If you're really wanting to come to look and see if there's something you can buy, that's your time to do it there in the evening. But the guests that will be here on Saturday and on Sunday. Yeah. They'll have panels, they'll have, be at desks there signing. The other thing that you can do right now, real quickly, because it is limited, is you can go online. This has nothing to do with purchasing the tickets that you can get here at the store or in Texarkana. You can go on and you can get a fast pass for the whichever guest you're interested in getting a autograph from, and it takes you straight to them. You're not having to wait in the long lines there. Very limited for those numbers, and just one pass does not mean every single person.
Okay.
It's for a person. So if you're interested in that, go on to geekcon.com, get that for you. And if you have not done so, come into the store, get your tickets. It's $15 for one day or $20 for the whole day. If you have more kids than you have adults going, under 12. 12 or under, then it's just $5 for every extra child there.
Okay, very cool.
So lots of stuff with that they've just announced, just with the fast passes.
That's cool. That's a really good idea. I didn't even know that was happening. So kudos to those guys. Guys, there you go. Mark your calendars. We got it coming up. And if you participate, you're local and stuff, please tag us. Take some photos and stuff. Tag us on Facebook. We want to share photos of the event and stuff. We'll talk about that more later. Guys, let's dive into this week because we've got a bunch of stuff to cover. Several new number ones, storylines, favorites, and a very special segment for our question of the week that we want to spend some time on as well. So, diving into some new number ones, Randy, what have you got up for a new number one that they should be aware of?
There aren't a lot of number ones coming out from our big companies here, so we're going to focus on some of the smaller ones. We have from Dark Horse Comics, This Damn Band, number one. This is Paul Cornell writing, and with this you have in the early 1970s the world's most famous rock band, thought that they were worshiping Satan. Guess what? They were actually worshiping Satan. So with this, it's going to be something that Cornell is saying it's done documentary style, and it's going to kind of run the whole gamut of emotions for people. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll pray to the Lord afterwards, to protect you from Satan. I don't know. So lots of things. It looks fun. I don't know if this is a miniseries or if it's an ongoing series.
I think it's a mini, but
yeah, I kind of think it is, but they didn't specify within the solicitation.
We've lost faith in that, haven't we?
Yeah. Assume it's mini until you're told that it's ongoing.
Exactly. So guys, up next, Dark Corridor from Image Comics. This is by Rich Tommaso. This takes a look at a story. Imagine a Goodfellas script that was written by Quentin Tarantino. This takes a look at this city of where the mobsters have had power for decades, but now there are lady assassins coming in and taking them out one by one. This is all done by Rich Tommaso. I'm not familiar with this particular author, but apparently he's done other books like Clover Honey as well as 8.5 Ghosts. And this is an ongoing series that's going to be coming from Image Comics. So if you kind of like that kind of mystery, mafia, Quentin Tarantino style I mean, there's kind of a mashup there. So check it out and tell us what you think about it.
Yeah, those could be online comics. I don't know.
They may have been previous. Yeah, they may have been.
That could be, because just because you read comics doesn't mean you read the free online stuff. There's a big difference there. Anyways,
yeah.
Last up with the number ones, we have coming from Dynamite, Red Sonja and Conan, number one. With this, they are together again. You have Red Sonja and Conan. They're employed by mercenary groups meant to protect this land, fight against this evil sorcerer. However, something from their past, something vile, something terrible, something much more evil, I'm guessing, than the sorcerer, their shared past, I should say, is going to come, is back. It's alive. Something's going on there. So they get to not only see each other again, but fight something they fought before.
Okay, there we go. We'll team up against all that. Guys, that's our new number ones for this week that we're highlighting. There's a couple other ones that you may get in your local areas and stuff, but these are the ones that we're going to point out for this week. A notable issue for you to check out. Get the DVD and watch the movie if you haven't already. JLA Gods and Monsters is fantastic take on the whole, the big three in DC Comics. I loved it. But this week we get another one-shot. The JLA Gods and Monsters Wonder Woman one-shot hits this week. As we take a look back in the 1960s, as a woman from a faraway galaxy comes and makes her way to Earth, and she has to deal with what is going on here during that time in the 60s, on top of just being in a new world and a new planet altogether. But Bekka is also on the run, and it looks like she may even encounter Dr. Psycho in the Shock Exchange in this particular prequel story that's going on with Bekka, who is part of the big three in the JLA Gods and Monsters movie. Loved it.
I love the Superman one shot because that was this whole what if Superman grew facial hair. That was cool.
That was the whole point.
That was the whole point of it, wasn't it?
He got tired of shaving with the
so he had a goatee. We've seen him with a beard before, but not a goatee. So, that you knew he was evil. Mirror image.
And the kind of bowl cut, going on. But guys, there we go. Some notables and number ones. Now we have, there's no new Secret Wars series hitting this week, but we do have plenty of continuing series.
It should be noted that there will be new ones this month.
Awesome.
But not this week.
Not this week.
Yeah. Tons.
We got some more new Secret Wars.
House of M hasn't come out.
That's right.
Yet,
That's the one.
And there's something else.
They got pushed back. Some of them got pushed back because of Secret Wars getting pushed back.
It could be that they were, but yeah, there have been some that it was like, I can't believe they're still putting out a new one. You still have the one with the Howard the Human. And there are a couple of them that will still be coming out there.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one. So guys, let's start off. We got several of them to go through real quick. Age of Apocalypse number 2 hits this week. This is basically, again, Magneto's X-Men versus Cyclops and Havoc's Elite Mutant Force. Angel is now protecting a flat scan by the name of Jean Grey, and we see Dr. Nemesis sabotages Dark Beast's quest to become a horseman of Apocalypse with this particular issue.
Cool, with a giant-sized Little Marvel AVX mouthful number 3. The stage is set for the all-out, adorable, and hilarious battle royale between the X-Men and the Avengers to show their new neighbors, who's the top dog there.
I've seen people, I haven't had a chance to read any of this, but people are saying they wish this would just go on and on.
It's hilarious.
That's cool.
I know some people may not like this, and sometimes Scotty Young can be a little wordy for an all-ages kind of book.
Okay.
But this has been pretty straightforward.
Okay.
And it's kind of like Squirrel Girl, in which I have laughed out loud at this. And it's not often, even when there's a funny book, that I do that.
Cool. Very cool. Up next, Amazing Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows, number 3, asking the question, there are some lines that Spider-Man won't cross, right? So we'll see with this particular issue.
He won't say no to wheat cakes.
No, he will not.
Guardians of Knowhere, number 2. While Gamora was gone, somebody new, some really kind of ultimate new power stepped in. And now that she's back, it's going to be this whole thing with this power possibly not wanting to let go, relinquish what has, the foothold that he's taken within the whole realm there.
Okay.
And we're going to kind of figure out what it means to be a guardian.
We will see.
We shall see.
Angela put a whooping on Destroyer in that first issue, man.
Yeah.
It was kind of brutal.
Yeah.
Civil War, #2, hits this week. General Rogers is still working on his Project Bell Curve project that may be able to just end the war in one stroke. And while this is going on, Iron President Stark discovers some disturbing data in his country that may change things for the both of them. So we'll get to see still this conflict between General Rogers and Iron President Stark.
Iron President, I like that. Miss Marvel #17 is one of your tie-ins here, and with that you get to see Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel team up to, I guess, take on the end of the world.
Cool.
It'll be a cool one.
Very cool. One of my favorite Secret Wars series, Future Imperfect. Love it, love it, love it. Out of the frying pan into the destroyer with this issue. I loved the way that last issue ended. So we get to take a look at the Maestro thing, go looking for the destroyer of Norseheim. So they can find a way to hopefully destroy Doom, but it looks like they're going to get more than they have bargained for in the form of Ulick and his army of trolls. So we shall see there.
Cool. We'll see what he looks like with that one.
Yes.
We've got Red Skull #2. This is just a short one. This is a 3-issue miniseries. With this one, in order to survive, it looks like everybody that is there within the Deadlands is going to have to submit and put their trust in the devil himself. And we're going to have to figure out, will Magneto cave? Will he relinquish and work with the Red Skull? Someone that they've really built up a long history of hatred between the two of them.
Yes.
In very short time. But it's been effective with what they've built up there.
Right. That's a good point, pointing out the conflict there, because I wasn't even thinking about that until you mentioned that.
Yeah.
But great point. Infinity Gauntlet #3 hits this week. Family finds themselves allied with Thanos. Thanos. And the question is, can Thanos be trusted? We're going to say no. We're going to say no. No matter what version of Thanos you come across, we're going to say no.
I'm just going to throw that out there. For me, this was a really good #1. Siege #2 is coming out. And with this, we see that Brand, she has new recruits, and she has a new second-in-command in the form of Kang. And we get to see that a future Kang, sent to the past, is telling her she was right, he should have listened to her, and that the wall, or the shield, has fallen. Okay. So we'll get to see what exactly is going on, and can they prevent that from happening.
Okay, cool. Didn't even know that Kang was even brought into all this.
Yeah.
So there we go. Guys, Spider Island #2 hits this week, and we get to take a look at a defeated and captive Spider-Man, and how Flash Thompson, also known as Venom, stand a chance against the enemies that they're fighting against in here as well. And we get to take a look at the MC2 patch of Battle World as well with this issue.
That's cool. Finally, last for me is Ultimate in #4. Let's just make this real simple for you.
Yeah, we do.
Hulk versus Hulk. Tony versus Tony. And why don't they say Banner versus Banner? It's Hulk versus Hulk. And we get Clint versus Clint. So it's going to be who wins here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now, I'm guessing nobody really wins because they all die.
Exactly.
And Battle World's created. But still, it's fun to see who will win right at this point in time.
Exactly. So that should be a very interesting issue right there as well. I mean, really, how do you determine a winner against the same people? The same person fighting against each other. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. So guys, there's your storylines right there. It's all I was looking for Superman Truth or some of the other stuff that we've been covering, but it's all Secret Wars this week. So have fun with that. Tell us about your favorite ones. We definitely want to know. Now we're moving on to some of our favorites. These are the comics that we love personally and we pick up, and usually the first things that we read. Randy, tell me about yours for this week.
I've got just a couple here. Detective Comics #43 is coming out, and so far things have not looked too good for the new Batman and his team, but all of that might change because they are now building some sort of new weapon here that may be the game changer for them.
Okay.
I like that. Broken World number 3. Broken World has been an excellent book from Boom Studio that I mentioned to you guys a few videos ago. And with this, we see Elena is going to risk everything to get herself and Griff to this rocket site and possibly try and get off Earth. If that can happen, I don't know exactly, because it's pretty well guarded, pretty crazy with it. And finally, in Wiccan Divine, number 13, Tula Lute is guest artist on this issue. Okay. And with this issue, you get to finally meet the last god that maybe there's been some references to, but we've never seen before, Terra. And she is the goddess of something. Okay. We're going to get to find that one out too. So, Kieran Gillen, love you, hate you. You know, you kill people that you never should.
Guys, for me, Nailbiter 15. We get to take a look at, in this issue, there are some shocking secrets that looks like that happened in this issue because of a death, and the secrets of Buckaroo, this town where everything is happening, looks like they may become unveiled for us. We may finally get to the heart of some of what's all's going with this serial killer town. And guys, we stand on guard at number 2. We really like number 1. Number 2 hits the shelf this week and promises that this team of Canadian freedom fighters and their American occupiers takes a shocking turn. So,
you know, the most disappointing part about We Stand on Guard is that Steve Scrose's art has changed so much. It doesn't really remind me of old Steve Scrose's art at all. It was good.
Yeah, it's great.
It was really good. But I always liked the style. About the only thing I didn't like is he did duck lips way back when. But yeah, go look at Gambit or he did duck lips on the characters. But it was such a unique style, and I was kind of hoping for that. And it's definitely not there. He's revamped his style. So.
Yeah. Back in the day, he wrote and drew a Wolverine story. Yeah. That was in Japan, and then I loved the stuff that he did on Doc Frankenstein when he and the Wachowski brothers were.
And he still had the same style on Doc Frankenstein. It was a little cleaner because they come a ways with everything. But this really, if you show, I showed some customer and they're like, "This is the same guy," and I'm like, yeah, it is. I kind of. I mean, it's still clean and crisp, but maybe a little bit more simplified. Aspects. Yeah, but it's still nice. It worked. No, it worked. But I mean, it was one of those things that I liked his old style, and it was one that maybe he didn't need to change. But what he changed to is not like some unreadable thing. Yeah, I still like it a lot.
Now, so I'm digging this series so far. I'm very interested to see where Brian K. Vaughan goes with this, with the writing as well. So very cool, very cool. Favorites there for you to be checking out. Tell us your favorites below because we want to hear about them, guys. For the question of the week. Oh, you know what? And who was my winner? You know, actually, I think that I was going to choose somebody new that had came across our channel, as well as an honorable mention. And let me take care of that real quick. It'll take me just a second, because there was two comments that I really liked, and one of them, the honorable mention goes to Brandon Nelms, because I did like your comment on last week's video, bro. But the winner of this week's giveaway from their comment, I had fun with, is a new person. So hold on, guys. Give me just a second. I should have had
difficulty.
Should have had this done way in advance, and I did in my mind. It worked so well in my mind. I promise you. But guys, hold on one second. Give me just a second here. You know you love me.
This is embarrassing.
just a bit, just a tiny bit.
I'm curious to see who this is, because
Brandon Nelms, honorable mention to you. And if this thing will ever load, it was a new person, like Painty 7111, something like that. I'm waiting for this to load here so we can get
You know what? We can, by magic of editing, you can go in and go and put that up on the screen to say, "Hey, it was you." If you heard this,
hey, it was
so that
you.
We're not sitting here in like this weird, awkward silence.
So anyway, we're right. We will move on. I will mention that here to pull up in a moment. But guys, this week is a little bit different take on question of the week. This last video, I had said, hey guys, we're almost at 700. You know, tell your friends about us, to let people know about us. We want to break that 700 subscriber mark because we were very close to it, not far away from it at all. And sure enough, something happened, and there was a huge change in our subscribers over the past couple of days. Painey0992, you are the winner. Painey0992 liked your comment. I liked Brandon and Painey's comments because they were just like, for defeating Superman, taking down the bloodlusted Superman, they pulled in some powerhouses, and I liked both of them. Painey0992, contact me on the back end of YouTube. Send me your mailing address because I want to send you a prize. Moving on, though, guys, one of our favorite YouTube channels that we check out religiously, We Love Comics. Chris at We Love Comics did a shout-out video, and he mentioned us in the video. And if you're not following Chris at We Love Comics, you should. Great guy, love his videos. He puts out almost daily content, and it's news, and it's also news about TV shows based on comics, news about comics you should be checking out for collecting possibilities that may be worth something. Plus, he does a lot of unboxings of some really cool comics that he comes across on eBay, and he gets them for steals of a deal all the time. Plus, he also talks about grading comics and what he gets and what he sends off and shows them, and they're really cool. So, guys, this week in our question of the week, I want you to tell us some of your favorite comic book related YouTube channels, and you can even put links to them below if you want to. But tell us what those are. For us, we are definitely subscribed to Chris at We Love Comics. We love our very own Brad Campbell, who does his haul videos every once in a while as well. I wish he would do them more often because they're really cool, really neat, and I like the way he does them and structures them.
Spend more money.
Spend way more money, Brad. And of course, Brad is our graphics guy. These awesome graphics that you have seen throughout this video is because of Brad and the fantastic work that he does. Give him a kudos in the comments below if you don't mind. Someone else another channel that I really like is Comic Pop. They were TV Little House, but they've changed over to Comic Pop, but it's still Sal, Benny, and Tiff, and Ethan talking about comics. And they kind of hang out with some bigger YouTube channels like Comic Storian and Comics Explained, which are cool and stuff. But I find myself agreeing with like Sal at Comic Pop a lot more than I do with Comic Storian and Comics Explained. But that's just me. Your mileage may vary. But I do like them. Very, very cool channel to check out as well. They talk about all kinds of stuff. Do reviews, do long, in-depth commentaries. Really love that. And also some of my fallbacks that I get some solid information from, surprisingly, that I really get some solid information from are both the Marvel Entertainment YouTube channel as well as the DC Comics YouTube channel. They've really upped their video game here in recent years. So it's really cool to check out their channels as well, because I know that whenever Marvel was releasing those all different images of the different characters and stuff, they actually had a video that actually told you the different characters and where they were coming from. Because some of those characters are not just from our old 616 universe. Some of them are going to be continuing on from the Secret Wars worlds into their all different books that are coming out in the future, later on this year. So genuine resource there for both of those channels as well. There's tons more that I could go on about, but guys, really, you have got to check out We Love Comics. Chris is a great guy, tons of great content, and because of him, because of that shout out that he did, which we are extremely and eternally grateful for, we broke 700 subscribers. So all of you guys that have come over from Chris's channel, We Love Comics, thank you, thank you, thank you. Obviously, you have found that our channel is something worthwhile to subscribe to, and that's the biggest compliment that you could pay us, because we want it to be worth your time and enjoy and have fun with that.
One of my favorites is anybody that can show me how to put together the Sideshow premium statues, because those things are a beast to put together, and so I always have to go and do my tutorials on there, and I can say there's some cats that are some British cats over in somewhere overseas that we're trying to put together, and they were worthless. They did not show me. So I'm always thankful for the people that take the time not just to have it together and show it, but actually show us how to put it together, because
cool.
I need that.
Yeah, guys, share some channel. If you know some statue channels like that, please share.
They're always needed. And even when the people are doing the reviews of them, they go through and they show, but it's really the unboxings that I like with those, because those things are not simple. No,
I can only imagine. That Lobo one that we've got downstairs, I don't know how you did that. It looks awesome.
I didn't even get all the clips on his belt.
Oh, really? Okay.
I was having to mess with his butt too much. I was like, I'm going to stop doing this.
There you go, guys.
Lobo's statue has a very well sculpted ass. Just saying.
So, guys, there we go. Huge shout out to Chris at We Love Comics. A link to his channel will be in the description below. Go and check him out. I'll try to have links to some of these other channels as well in the description below, so you can go and check those out as well. Also, a new subscriber that I've really enjoyed, I've seen several of her videos now, is Tor Athena.
Yes.
I really like her. She's very chipper. I love her accent, and she's just fun to listen to. For me, she's just fun to listen to and stuff, and seems like a really cool person as well on top of everything else. So, check those out, guys. Anytime we're open to any kind of channels. I mean, really, there's so many people joining the comics community by efforts of what we do and what like Chris does at We Love Comics, who's really trying to build a community. Plus the other channels that are out there, we're open to suggestions and stuff. And Randy does, and that's a good point. If you got some statue channels out there that do that point them out to us.
Just don't ever recommend Will Wheaton to me.
Exactly. Don't.
Not me.
Please, not.
This guy, he'll listen to you. I won't.
I'll give you a moment, but this guy...
And before you go anything, Sheldon, don't even do that either. We need to wrap up here, but I'm going to say this real quickly. If you missed our sale, if you're in the area and you missed our sale, or there's something else that might be going on at the store, because you never know when we get a wild hair to do something, you need to come into the shop and remind us, if we don't say anything to you, to sign up for the newsletter.
Yes.
Now, the newsletter is, we'll sign you up on our iPad there. It is completely different than the email, the mass email that you get telling you what books come in today if you are a subscriber who has a pull list. This is something else, and we'll send you something totally different. And it's worth it, because we're building things up here, and we want to be able to keep you in the loop whenever we decide to do something.
Exactly.
So make sure you do that. And you usually ask me if I have anything else to say at the end of the day or the video. All I'm going to say is I came here to chew some bubble gum and kick some ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
And on that note, guys, thank you to all of our new subscribers. If you made it this far, go ahead and press subscribe. Thank you to our iTunes and Stitcher listeners. We really appreciate it. He's came here to do what he's come to do. And that's it for this week, folks. Thanks for watching.
Where's the bubble gum?
I need the bubble gum. Thanks for watching, guys.
Roddy Piper on you.
Is that?
It's from They Live or whatever.
Okay.
It's an awesome Roddy Piper cult movie. If you've never seen it, it is. Oh, it's so good.
Good stuff there.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Go. We need to go.
We got to go, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Read great comics. Leave us a fantastic comment down below. And we'll see you in our next video. Paney0992. Contact me on the back end. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.